Dr. Mario World is a now defunct mobile game that came and went without much impact on its players, outside of its oddly large roster of 45 playable doctors, and of course the little ads featuring the viruses, but I might be the only one who remembers these. With so many doctors throughout the Mario series, it got me thinking, can I trust any of these guys with my life? How confident would I be about my survival in the hands of Dr. Baby Luigi? Today, I'm ranking every doctor in Dr. Mario World based on how comfortable I would be with them as my actual doctor. I'll be going off of information about the characters, as well as just vibes. General vibes. Like General Hospital. We got 45 of these quacks to rank, so let's get right into it. But real quick, did you know that liking the video and subscribing to Silvery's channel is the secret to living a long, healthy life? That's a lie, but you should do it anyway. Without further ado, this is every doctor in Dr. Mario World ranked, according to me, and only me. Let me tell you, I was spoiled for choice when it came for who would be the worst doctor in this game. So many of these characters are so wildly unqualified for such different reasons that narrowing down who I would be most apprehensive of seeing was pretty tough. But it turns out Dr. Mario World saved its worst for last. The final character added to Dr. Mario World before it shut down, Dr. Petey Piranha. Do I really need to explain why the kaiju-sized plant with no eyes, no fingers, and no real level of cognitive function would make for a bad doctor? What could this guy even know about proper healthcare? Doesn't he regularly puke sludge? At least Super Mario Bros. Wonder shows that piranha plants aren't just stuck to their pipes. But still, I'm not trusting my well-being to a creature more suited to be ground up into medicine. I knew when I had to seriously think about whether I entrust my life more with Petey Piranha or a literal dolphin, it was gonna be a good video. Dr. Dolphin. How did we get to this point? You know what's a doctor characteristic that would immediately freak me out? Wet? Making his grand return in Dr. Mario World for some reason, Dr. Baby Wario is our first baby doctor, and easily the worst of the bunch. I mean, there's the obvious fact that he is in fact a baby, but he's also loud, greedy, argumentative, smelly, and how confident would you feel if your doctor walked in and was carrying a giant magnet? What's the magnet for, Dr. Baby Wario? What's the magnet for? I'm sure for most people, the main concern of Dr. Goomba Tower is, the lack of arms. But unfortunately, the more realistic fear is that they're totally gonna give you 3 bills for the visit. Dr. Blooper doesn't seem all that bad at first. I mean, they could get a lot done with all those tentacles. But they're still wet. I know I said Dr. Baby Wario was the worst of the babies by far, but you really couldn't have expected me to rank them much higher, right? The other 5 baby doctors are all pretty interchangeable to me. Just imagine needing to take a break from surgery because your doctor needs a diaper change. A step up from the babies, we have a hyperactive mischief maker with a superiority complex. I'm so dead, dude. Being the youngest of the Koopalings already doesn't bode well for my trust in Dr. Larry, but then you remember he's a short-tempered brat with an inferiority complex, and this is just Bowser Jr. on the opposite end of the scale. Bless his heart, Dr. Morton is dumb as a stump. He can't even form coherent sentences a lot of the time. But at least we've seen in Bowser Jr.'s journey that he's a real sweetheart. Of course, intent to cure has no value without knowledge, but give the guy credit, he's trying his best. Dr. Iggy is the first doctor so far where I feel confident in their skills. Maybe it's just the glasses, but I think he's got the brain for the job. Just because he's knowledgeable, however, doesn't mean I trust him. Iggy is a manic freak who craves violence and chaos. While the babies are likely to commit malpractice because they don't know any better, Iggy's committing it for fun. Do not let this man put me under the knife, he's definitely taking a souvenir on the way out. I love Waluigi as a character, which is why I'm comfortable saying there's no one who gives me the ick like him. Waluigi is the worst combination of arrogant and self-loathing that makes him incapable of compassion. Not to mention, I don't have the slightest clue of what's going on in that big, beautiful noggin of his. But I know for sure it's not medical knowledge. Stick to the dance floor, or the pinball table, or the stalking Luigi. You know what, maybe don't stick with that last one. Would I trust my life in the hands of someone who's already dead? Are boos even undead spirits, or are they just funny ghost guys? Either way, there's definitely worse options. I'll give a slight edge to Dr. King Boo, as it would be much tougher to have a doctor that I can't make direct eye contact with. To give Donkey and Diddy credit, they are both a lot smarter than actual primates. Although saying a lot might be a bit of a stretch for DK. In the age-old question of would you rather receive surgery from a child or a monkey? I mean, I'd pick these monkeys over these children, even if their equipment isn't up to board. I don't know if I'd trust a homemade stethoscope, especially if the home it was made in was the jungle. Quick aside, does DK Island even have a dedicated doctor? If Diddy breaks his leg, do all the Kongs just circle around him like, damn, that sucks, and then go about their day? Does Cranky just feed him one of those silly potions that realigns his leg and also lets him pull levers in the overworld? I'm just concerned about Donkey Kong's health, you know, like any upstanding person would be. It's anyone's guess as to how much Dr. Nabbit does or doesn't know about anything. The guy is a total enigma. I'm sure he's got something in that big fat sack of his to patch you up, but can someone truly heal pain if they've never known pain themselves? Dr. Nabbit might be better off as a philosopher than a medical professional. Boy, if you thought modern healthcare was expensive, it is. But imagine how much a bill from Dr. Wario would run you. Oh, it's too real to be funny. I genuinely can't think of a single thing to say in favor or against Dr. Koopa Troopa. They are the world's most neutral doctor. Put that on a coffee mug. And his buddy Dr. Lakitu only ranks higher because of the glasses. Oh wait, are those supposed to be goggles? Oh great, now the video's integrity is gone. You know what's a trait I never look for in a doctor? Pyrokinesis. Why does the fire flower even constitute a separate entity? This game is so unserious. I can see why they shut it down. Dr. Luma, you're a star, baby. Don't really have much to say about this little dude. They're neat. Probably gives you a bag of Starbits after your checkup. Pretty good if you ask me. You might think of Dr. Roy as another dumb meathead like his brother Morton, and you would be wrong. While he asserts in Paper Jam that books are lame, it's revealed in Color Splash that he has since started taking night classes, showing that Roy has the capacity for self-improvement and therefore could enroll in med school. Similarly, Dr. Lemmy seems like another kid, but we actually don't know how old he is compared to the other Koopalings. We only know Larry's the youngest and Ludwig's the oldest. If we assume their original boss order is indicative of their ages, that would place Lemmy at second oldest. Regardless, Lemmy isn't really childish like the others. He's just a little guy who likes to make people laugh. Last time I checked, laughter was the best medicine, so he'd make a fine doctor. Of all the Koopalings, Dr. Wendy's the one that seems like she has the best head on her shoulders. Now granted, that's because her trademark personality trait isn't blockhead or feral animal handler, but instead, girl. But she's consistently shown to be focused, goal-oriented, and on top of things when her brothers often aren't. Wendy is a girl boss, and I'd easily put my life in her hands despite her not having any other qualifications. Believe me when I say confidence is everything. Sometimes you don't deserve to be number 13 on Silvery's ranking every Dr. Mario World Doctor list. Sometimes you're a giant Koopa with a lack of knowledge and experience, and there's absolutely no reason you would make for an okay doctor, let alone a good one. But damn it, if the way Dr. Bowser rocks that lab coat doesn't tell me all I need to know, I don't know what will. Unfortunately, there is such a thing as girl bossing too close to the sun. Toadette is a real savant. Any role she needs to play in the Mushroom Kingdom, she's able to execute with excellence. She's also pro-capitalism, against workers' rights, and secretly colludes with Wario. So while I'm sure she would make a great doctor skill-wise, morally, I don't know if I would see her. Listen, I know what you all think. Yoshi's just Mario's dog. Yoshi regularly commits tax fraud. Quite frankly, I'm sick of the Yoshi slander. Not only can they understand human speech perfectly and have a fully translatable language, but they live a life of leisure in a society run with its own cookie-based economy. The Yoshis are living a better life than we'll ever know. So yes, I would say Yoshi is capable of being a damn fine doctor. Breaking into the top 10 is the last of the Koopalings, Dr. Ludwig. Ludwig is often portrayed as the leader of the Koopalings, whether the others accept him as such or not. He has this pompous arrogance about him, but that's due to the high standard he sets for himself. He's smart, professional, and confident. Easily one of the best potential doctors the Koopa Kingdom has to offer. Hey, it's the man in green himself. And he's been a doctor longer than the majority of the cast. Luigi always performs under pressure. And though he's a great doctor, his wavering confidence keeps him from being the best of the best. From one brother to another, it's the original doctor himself. No, not him. There we go. 8-bit Dr. Mario, the man who started it all. Sure, medical science has advanced a lot in the 35 years between the original NES game and the release of this video, but after all these years, the OG Doctor still remains the model standard. The only reasons for why he's not at the top are 1, I thought it would be funny to put him at 8, and 2, his marketing campaign doesn't paint him in a very positive light.
I called the witch doctor, he told me what to do. He said, ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah.
Dr. Mario, oh my goodness. Daisy might not jump out as a good doctor at first, what with, all the yelling, but that's just passion. And in a profession like healthcare, we need passionate people now more than ever. Along with her known love for fitness and well-being, she has a legitimate leg up over the other characters that I'm just going off the vibes of. And if I gave Dr. Bowser credit for his outfit, I gotta shout out Dr. Daisy too. She's serving. Serving medicine, that is. There's no way anyone's still watching this. Take the classic, add the marvel of modern medicine, and swap the racist commercials for whatever this is, and you get the good doctor himself. It's literally his world, and we're all just living in it. Okay, we were all living in it. Dr. Toad just makes sense. The entire kingdom is populated with these little fun guys. It's statistically impossible to not have at least a couple doctors in Toad Town. In fact, Toads are the only characters outside of the Dr. Mario series that we've seen as doctors. Dr. Toad isn't just a good doctor, he's a canonical doctor. And in terms of credibility, that'll take you right to the top. When you face defeat as often as Bowser and Junior and the Koopalings, you need someone on your side to really give you the proper medical treatment so you don't let these losses debilitate you for the rest of your life. In the case of the Koopa Kingdom, I can't be 100% sure, but I assume that role belongs to Dr. Kamek. And why wouldn't it? He has magic. Magic he already uses to augment bodies. A quick lava bath is nothing to him. But now we have to ask the question, is using magic the same as being a skilled and knowledgeable medical professional? No. It's better. I'm sure you've noticed by now that when it comes to judging these characters as doctors, I'm not really looking at any specific practices. I can throw around words like diagnosis or prognosis or scoliosis, but I don't even know what I'm talking about. I do know that bone doctors are a real specialty, and I can't think of anyone who would make for a better bone doctor than someone made up of bones. Wait, aren't we all made up of bones? Presenting Dr. Dry Bowser. He knows all about the skeletal structure and how to treat it because he is the skeletal structure. Now, I know what you're thinking. Silvery, is the reanimated skeleton of a kaiju comparable to that of a human? And to that I say, why are you asking me? I'm not the doctor here. Yeah, you all saw this coming. The only surprise here is that Dr. Rosalina, the closest thing the Super Mario series has to a physical god, isn't number 1. That being said, Rosalina is about as perfect as a doctor as you can find in Dr. Mario World. She's smart, she's kind, she has magic like Kamek but with none of the vitriol towards Yoshi, and more than any other character, she projects this warm, nurturing vibe that gives you the confidence to know you're in safe hands. Dr. Rosalina is easily the best doctor in Dr. Mario World. At least, she would be, if it wasn't a Dr. Peach sweep, baby! Do you even know what channel you're on, dude? Of course Dr. Peach is number 1. She's number 1 at everything. Intelligent, compassionate, comforting, and while Rosalina's magic is more attuned to the cosmos, Peach's personal brand of magic is specific to healing. Let me reiterate, all Peach needs to do is hug you, and your well-being is restored to peak condition. What else do you want me to say? She's number 1. It's not even close. And that's the video. Do you agree with the list? Doesn't matter. I know I'm right. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't. And most importantly, go to the doctor.